Take 1. Take 1. This video is about a poor guy that became a filmmaker and has now clients that pay him more than 10,000 euro per project. Welcome to this video. My name is Paul, I'm a German freelancer, I'm from Berlin, and I tell you now how to work and how to get 10,000 euro clients. I know 10,000 euro clients sounds a little bit crazy and it sounds like it's filmmaker marketing stuff where I want to sell you a course or whatever, but I will not sell you anything in this video. This video is completely for free. I could sell you this video, then I could make a little bit money, but I make money with my clients, so I won't sell you anything on this channel yet. Maybe if you want later a lot or whatever, just write me, I give you a lot for free. So who am I? I was at my university studying and making a little bit money to no money. I had a little part-time job. I was actually bringing people under the ground, if you know what I mean. I buried so many people in my life, maybe 1,000 people. I had 2 years this job. I can make a whole separate video about this, but was the best nice part-time job I ever had. You always have a little bit pocket money, not well sold, but not well paid, but this job was next to my university, but whatever. So then was this time, and one day I can remember when I was sitting on my balcony with my fresh new girlfriend back then. I told her, well, I want to have clients that pay me 750 euro for a music video. That would be amazing. I cannot imagine a client pays me 2,000 euro. And she believed in me. We didn't knew us very well, but she believed in me and she told me, well, when you pursue this and when you put enough effort in it, then you will have clients that pay you enough money that you can maybe live from it, or maybe even pay you over 1,000 euros. 3 years ago was it crazy for me. And now I have clients that pay me 10,000 euro per project. And later in this video I show you also the project. Not the final video that is for the client, but I show you a video that is similar to this. So back then I had a new part-time job. I was working at a little fitness service instructor at a fitness company studio, and I had a lot of time there. I was sitting in front of the desk. I had a Saturday and Sunday evening and night shifts, and nobody was in the gym Saturday night because they were all partying and stuff. And I was sitting in front of the desk on the PC from this company and developing my little business. I was browsing how to make better website, how to improve videography skills, and everything I didn't know, I learned there. I wanted to know how to become a better filmmaker, how to tell clients the price, what price is good. I checked different websites from other video people, and I made there I worked more time for me than for this company, because it was a very low paid job and I delivered them exactly what I was a good employee. I like this job, don't get me wrong, but when there's nothing to do, I can work for myself. You know, you get what I mean. I was not a bad employee or stuff. The people loved me there. And even the boss was crying when I left this job, but that's another story. I'm this guy, when I don't know something, I try to learn it. I then go nowadays in ChatGPT or stuff, but back then I was reading a book, I was browsing articles and tried to gather knowledge. I watched so many YouTube videos while I was working on silent with subtitles, and I wanted to develop myself. SEO, website, delivering the client more value and stuff, that was all important for me. And I am not the best when it comes to talking with the clients, or even I'm not the best in writing. I cannot write at all. My writing skills are like under the table. It's not the yellow from the egg, and I have a pretty, even though I speak English, I have a pretty strong German accent, but that's another case. And then I was basically developing myself. And then I got to the point where I developed myself. I had then a little bit better equipment, and I was then more confident, because the main thing that the client is looking for is basically a confident partner, a partner to rope the project, to have a good working conditions together, and the client wants a partner that is reliable, has expertise. And the least thing the client is caring about is equipment. The client never asked me, what's your camera, what's your equipment, can it shoot 6K, 4K, 120 FPS or stuff. No client yet asked me this, besides some client from the US. They wanted a whole equipment list. One important reason how to get a 10,000 euro client is how to talk with the client. You have to be professional. I cannot even describe how to talk with the client. I give you an example here. When the client asks you, what's your price? My price is maybe, if you give me then 1,500 euros for the video, that would be very great. That's bullshit. Nobody will give you then thousand of euros for this quote. If the client then asks you, okay, can we tell you your price and value? Well, my prices, if you make a quick Google search, commercial videos are between 2,500 and 5,000 euros, and so are my prices as well. I am not a big Hollywood company, but I'm also not the 19-year-old guy that has a camera just freshly to birthday. I can deliver you some high quality videos, and my prices are between 2,500 and 10,000 euro. And if you can work with these numbers, I bet we can then work very well together. And that's how I communicate my prices. I tell my client a price range what my usually rates are. So then I was better in talking with the client, obviously in German and English, because I have both clients. And then sure, I had better equipment, and you become far more confident if you have better equipment. That's the thing. When I show up to a shoot with a small little camera, then I think I'm not so, I cannot imagine how someone has to be really famous or extremely well known that he can show up on a shoot with such a small camera. The client doesn't know stuff. The client will think small camera, cheap, and big camera, very good. And that's why the reason I have a matte box, etc. It means it helps, but you know what I mean. So how did I end up getting this client? Well, the client wrote me an email, basically. I am very good at SEO. I'm not very good in SEO, but I didn't know how to be good at SEO, so I developed these skills while I was walking, and you can find my website pretty easily, I think. And that's the reason the client found me. He just wrote me an email. And then I called the client immediately back when I received this mail. I was just on the go, and always when I have a little bit of time, I immediately respond to emails, or I call call the client back and to ask about some questions. What's the project about? What do you want? What do you expect? I can deliver this and this and this and this, and then I write a detailed quote. And the first quote I was writing them was over 12,000 euro, because they wanted 4 shooting days with 2 people and stuff and blah 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 blah. We dialed then this down to exactly 10,100 euro. That were 4 days of shooting. I show you here my price list. That was my price list. And that was basically 4 days of shooting with an assistant, 2 days with 2 camera guys. A very good friend of me, Sebastian, was with me 2 days with his FX3, and I with my S1H, and my assistant with the S5 sometimes. One more important thing before I get to the point where I work with the client on the shooting days, the preparation. I let the client sign the quote. That's ultra important. Don't start to work when the client hasn't signed anything. That's very important that you have a security. In this case, the client didn't pay me a deposit. Usually I work with 30% deposits. The client, when he wants to work with me, have to pay me 30% in advance that I show up on this shoot. That's important. There was an agency, and the agency had the client from Taiwan. Then we started to negotiate a bit. They wanted an exact quote by the hour. Usually I have a day rate and a little hourly rate, and they wanted to have every hour exact, but that's people from Taiwan, I guess. Then was the point where it gets interesting, because how to work then with the 10,000 euro client? How to show up on the set? Do you have to wear a suit? Do you have to wear special clothes? No. You just have to be early, confident, know what you do, start filming without that the client tells you, can you please start filming? No. You have to know your stuff. You have to then roll in with the bags and then rig up the camera, put out the second camera, even when you don't need it immediately, have your gear ready. Then I told the client what is happening now. The client doesn't know how to work with you because they don't know you very well. So I told the client, you know what, we start now filming a little bit the booth. We were basically on a Berlin Marathon event, a big fair, and that was very nice. And I told him, you know what, I start with filming the booth here, then the people all around, then we make some interviews and stuff. And that's also very important. I asked the client, do you have a little script, a time schedule? What is when happening? And he said me, well, yes, here is it. It was not much information on it. And you have then to be very prepared to do anything, anytime. basically some interviews on the go, or you give your assistant, when you have an assistant, like in my case it's my uncle Stefan, that's very cool, and he was filming me also all the time, thank you very much, with his iPhone, that I can show you here some footage. And you can give then your assistant basically the microphones, that he has the microphones ready and stuff, or ask him, can you give me the different lens, because you need some brain space while you're working. When I work on the set, I don't make much Instagram stories, because I am so in the focus, I am so in this filming, I want to see everything, I want to expose well, I want to be creative and stuff. I don't think about how does my gear work, I know how my camera works, etc. I want to be creative, deliver everything, and want to have nice shots. And you want to be early. I am always half an hour in this project, maybe 1 hour early on the set, because I want to be early. That's just me. I'm from Germany, we are super early, and we leave half hour after we finish the job, so that's important. So then we filmed with 2 days with the FX3 and the S1H. It's very easy to color match two cameras when you film in 10-bit. I can make a whole separate video about FX3 versus S1H. Basically the client will don't see any difference. My friend has the same monitor as me, and we put you have to match the white balance, then you can match the camera. That's very important. Even when the white balance is a little bit off when you work with 10-bit, and you can a little bit color grade. Pro tip, I work with Vegas Pro, and there is basically a plug-in that you press and it says color matching, and you have then one picture and the second picture, and this software is so well developed that you can then you don't see a difference between both footage when you then press this plug-in, the color matching. That's incredible. So I am not the best colorist in the world, but these footage, you cannot tell them apart. Then was it very interesting. We had then to go by ourselves to the starting line, to the finish line. We didn't know where it was exactly. We had then to talk with the runners, make some interviews. And when you then make some interviews, you have to be prepared to ask questions by yourself. Be a little bit there in the field and think about what would questions be that you want to ask. What could be interesting later in the edit. So you have then government employee from Taiwan. You don't know this guy, but you see immediately, well, that's some well-paid dude. And then you have to make some interviews with him. Luckily, I prepared the interview very well. That employee of the marketing agency that booked me did the interviews with him, and I only had to film, and that was very nice. Later then we get to the finish line and film everything. I told my assistant here, film with my S5 with the long lens, a little bit slow-mo, and then I went back to the finish line, and we had this little event flyer around our neck that the people see we are from this place, but I sneaked them behind the finish line and was filming in the finish line, where usually nobody is allowed, or at least only the officials from this event, blah blah blah. But you know, when that's the leather effect, not leather. The leather, when you walk in with a blue collar shirt and with a leather to a place, you can do anything what you want. And that was my case. I had a big camera with a big tripod, and I just walked behind the line, put my camera there. I had the attitude that I own this place. This is my venue here. That's my racetrack. That's my marathon. I work here. What do you want from me? And then people will ask no questions, and then I could make some pretty cool interviews with some small people there, some small interviews with people, not small people, and that was really nice. Sometimes when you're then on the field and working, you don't have to be like, can I please film here maybe, but I'm allowed to film. No, that's not how it works. People will send you then away immediately, and that's so important that you have a nice big attitude. You are the filmmaker. How do I say this now? There's a little extra point. Maybe in a different universe, I have flown my DJI R3 on this airfield, the Tempelhofer Field in Berlin. This is an empty airfield. There was the venue, and maybe I flew there with my drone, and maybe there was security, and maybe I asked them, well, I can fly here. That's my drone. I spoke with the event manager and stuff, and maybe they said, okay, well, thank you very much, but put the drone down now. That's why I'll get some pretty nice drone scenes, but that's for a later video. So then was basically the shooting over. We filmed some interviews and stuff, and then I went home, and then I had 1.4 terabytes of data. Then you have to sort out all the data for sure. That's You have to then have a good data management and stuff, an extra hard drive for this project. I bought an 4 terabyte 3D NAND SSD alone for this project and for other projects as well. And then how is it? Is it better working with a big client or a small client? How was it? This project became then not like a real nightmare, but it was difficult working with this client because the marketing agency loved my first video. They told me the first video is amazing. That's an A+ with a star. You exceeded our expectations by far, and I was really happy to hear that. Then they delivered this video to the Taiwan government, and they said, well, we don't like video, we want other video, we want maybe video with a little bit different. And the taste of this government, they are not video editing people. They have no clue how to make a nice promotion video, and the video went then in a completely different direction. The video, I didn't like the video, but how to work with a 10,000 euro client? Can you then tell them better make this and this? You want to put ultra very good effort in this project. You get 10,100 euro for this project, and you want to be the best editor possible, develop your skills even on the project, and want to have the best edit. But that was not this case. They had a specific imagination what they wanted, and you have to deliver it. When the client pays you 10,000 euro for a project, you deliver the client what they want. You can maybe ask in the beginning, can we go maybe in this direction? I would suggest we do this and this, but no, not in this case. The client wanted a little event video that is completely not my taste, and I am fine with it. You have to deliver what the clients want, and that's not what you like, that's what the client like, and that's important. So I just told them, give me the notes and I will put them in the video, and that's it. And that's how you work with a 10,000 euro client. Is it then better working with a small client where you can then steer the direction a little bit more? Sure, is this more fun. I had clients that pay me 1,000 euro or even lesser per project. That was far more fun. I can remember small little music videos shoot where I had the complete freedom to do whatever I want, and it was so fun. I work with these clients. Nowadays I would work in my free time with these clients. But you cannot live from small little 700 euro clients. I mean, maybe you're in the state that you think 700 euro is big for a video, but not when you are 100% freelancer. Then 700 euro is not a rate to work with very well. You steer towards the 10,000 euro clients. Maybe write in the comments what was your biggest client yet. That was cool. Actually, this project was also not my biggest client yet. I had a client that paid me almost 19,000 euros, but that was for far more videos. This client was like 2 videos, a 5-minute video and a 90-second video, and the 19,000 euro client got from me a 3-minute, a 3-minute, a 3-minute, and a 4-minute video. That was a far bigger project, but with this client, 10,000 euro was on this little PDF sheet here, and that was ultra nice. And also one important tip, when you want to work with 10,000 euro client, the communication is key. Writing emails back and forth is important to have everything written down, and you want to be professional. You don't have to be, well, my name is Paul Jonack, please tell me. You can have a friendly attitude towards the client, but you have to tell him exactly, you know what, I start then editing when you pay me 30% in advance. You only receive the footage, and that's important. When you pay me 100%, I give you preview versions of the video. You have to communicate that you can see there's a time code in it and 2 lines, Jonack film not for release, blah blah blah, and that the client doesn't steal your video. But because even when the project is 10,000 euro, 100,000 euros, people try to scam you. Bonus point in this video, what people try to scam you. Okay, don't buy cheap gaffer's tape. You see, very professional set here von German Filmmaker. Please subscribe to my German accent. What people want to scam you. In my life, people that call me and told me, I like your videos are amazing, you're the best filmmaker I've ever seen. That's the people that have the least amount of money, and they want to scam you. They want to, we say in Germany, schmier your Honig ums Maul. They feed you honey, we say here, but they want everything from you. And a well-paying client, they will maybe say once, I like your work, you make good work, that's why I pay you, please work. But people that wants to scam you, they told me, oh, I like your videos and blah. When a client calls me and says how much he loves my videos, I can immediately tell that there's no money the client. That's very bad. So in conclusion, how was it to work with this client? It was all in all a very nice experience. The nicest experience is of course then when you receive more than 10,000 euro on your bank account, and that's then very nice because some people work a whole year for this salary. Even myself, and this little part-time job at McFit, I made 750 euros per month, and in this job I made more money with one client as I had with McFit the whole year, and with the little fitness company the whole year. So in conclusion, it was hard. You have to develop for the client a video that the client wants, not that you want. And communication was important. Is it then maybe better to work with smaller clients that you can have a more relaxed life? Well, I don't know. I'm at this point, I like to work with big clients, not even because of 10,000 euro or more. I like to have on my portfolio big companies that worked with me, with little Paul Jonack, with this little filmmaker from Berlin, this one-man freelancer. I can luckily say that I had the opportunity to work with very big brands, and I'm very proud of that. Not even because of the money, because I have the imagination. The bigger the company that wants to work with me, that's like an honor for me, you know. And had I maybe more energy editing this video? Of course I had more energy editing such a nice video for a client, but it's also very draining when the client wants revisions after revisions after revisions. How much revisions have I made for this client? Maybe 8. I delivered a 5-minute video that was 8 revisions with smaller revisions and bigger, and I completely changed the video for the client, and the end result would not be what I say is my taste, but the client likes it. And I show you after this long talk format here my video I did for my website, which is on my website, and I like this video very much. And in conclusion, how to get these clients? Well, I cannot tell you exactly how to get these clients. I think it's a lot about your attitude and what clients you had before. A client that pays you 10,000 euro for a project will not pay you any money when you have not big references on your portfolio yet. When you have then a nice portfolio, when the client sees, well, this guy worked with similar projects and he can then also handle my project. The client wants to feel secure working with you. With this talking, is it important how you communicate with the client via phone or via mail? You can be funny on the phone and make little jokes with the clients, but you have to dial down what you do, what you delivered, and you have to write it down. That's very important. Especially in Germany, there is no such a thing as, okay, work for me, thank you very much. We write everything down. We write down what the client received, what he not received, and everything. That's important for me because people tend to forget what you talk about. People can remember what's written, and that's important. So maybe write in the comments. I'm really genuinely interested what was your biggest client, how do you work with your client, and or what you are. Do you want to even make money with your camera? Is it interesting for you to know a guy that makes 10,000 euro per client? Sometimes, not with every client, but I can say that I can afford a good living from my videography work. And when this topic is interesting for you, then subscribe to my channel. And my channel is still so small that you can write a comment. I will actually read it and form my channel towards this direction, you know. Sometimes I think about making videos in German, but maybe I keep it in English now. And if you want to know more about how to work with clients, how to find clients, then form my channel, write the comment or write me on Instagram or whatever. That was all my knowledge about this little 10,000 euro project. This project is now done. We have now December, and I finished almost every project I had this year, and I only wait for a little bit. I wait only for 3,000 euro now from 2 clients, but whatever, that's pocket money for me. No, seriously, 10,000 euro is crazy for me. I would never believed 3 years ago that I make so much money from one client. Even for me, is it what, 10,000 euro? Are you sure? Do you call it the right guy? Didn't you call it Michael Bay or something? You want to work with me? Sometimes I think I'm such a small little dude. I have nice gear, well, and sometimes I think, are you sure to work with me? And then on 1 hour later, I think by myself, well, I am the most badass filmmaker here in Berlin, Germany. I know my stuff. I can deliver you Hollywood if you want. Pay me enough and I make you a Netflix production movie, superhero man, blah. I am the biggest shit here with my camera. And yeah, that's the two sides of my brain that talking to each other. And I don't, is it the same with you? So this video is already very long, but I think for some people interesting. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Maybe subscribe also to my Instagram account, and we see us in the next video.
If we share the same value, we have to stick to each other. Let's say solidarity with the friends who got trouble.
4 hours and 55 minutes because I enjoy the marathon.
Spirit of marathon is don't give up. You don't have to be the first one. The issue is you stick to it. You fight against yourself. You fight with your will. You fight with your body, your spirit. I think it's a wonderful thing.
I'm from Spain.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
I'm looking forward to a nice sightseeing tour of Berlin today.
You're right. That is what we call Taiwan is an island, isolated land, but we are very international. So they're working together with not only with German, but with people from the other nationality has become a tradition of the team Taiwan Excellence, and I know it's going to be good.
Yeah, I think everybody has put a lot of effort in the training and they all are excited to race the streets of Berlin. It's going to be a perfect day.
A lot of nations from Spain, from Taiwan.
It's also my very first marathon. Yes, I'm here to run with Taiwan Excellence.
nach dem Rennen?
Ja, mega geil, hat Bock gemacht, einfach viele Kinder glücklich gemacht beim Laufen, die haben alle gelacht, die haben sich alle gefreut. Das ist das Schönste heute eigentlich.